Okay, yun. So, good day and welcome back again everyone to another trade walkthrough video. So, in this video, what we will be discussing is my RTX trade na nag-gain no, in my swing portfolio ng around 1.7K or plus 3.42 R units in 9 trading days. So medyo matagal-tagal din for a swing trade pero I think it's a model setup na pwede and a model trade na pwede nating i-discuss for everyone. No? So this trade discussion was requested by Gerald, by Team Cohen of the BTP community, sa internal team ng BTP community. So ayun, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng onting free time and energy then to discuss these types of trades or trade walkthroughs. So let's get into it. So let's start with discussing the overall trade. So actually nakagawa na ako ng ano dito ng journal. So it's a power earnings gap play and a pullback channel setup. So the trade setup for RTX was a power earnings gap play and an anticipatory entry at the coil. So basically, put up lang natin yung epic pen natin para mas madali nating maipakita yung setup on its own. So, medyo matagal lang 'no? Sige, dito na lang, clean up na lang natin yung chart. So, basically kung titignan natin yung, RTX, looking at the bigger picture, it's at an all-time high and ano siya, it's on a strong uptrend in all time frames, weekly time frame, daily time frame, and we can see a power earnings gap play. So, after earnings, we can see a strong gap up. It moved higher for a few days and it created this channel pullback at the 30-minute time frame, no? So after the breakout of this channel pullback, it created a coil. So it's a classic setup, no? It's a classic setup. After a first leg up, usually nakikreate yan ng flag or channel pullback. Then after a breakout of the channel pullback, it's creating a coil. It's either a sideways coil or another pullback coil. So it actually depends. So in this case, ang lumabas is this classic coil, no? This classic coil. So medyo nawawala lang yung internet ko but I'll be continuing to discuss this trade, no? So my main considerations for RTX are the following. So number one, the stock is in a strong market group. So it's under aerospace and defense na market group. And looking at RTX, actually, yung market group niya is still at the top 5 or in the top 5. So PPA, 94.67%, RS and Trend Composite Score or BTP RS and Trend Composite Score. So isa siya sa mga top components actually, no? LMT, RTX, GE, Aerospace, and Boeing. So isa siya sa mga heavyweights ng ETF na 'to. And ayun, by the looks of it, looking at its price action, even though ang daming happenings with the market, kahit na nagkaroon ng sharp pullback yung S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100, halos very resilient tong stock na to. Wala siyang pakialam. So, it's a safe trade. It's not a narrative sensitive stock. So, at the same time, during this period, ang pinaka critical risk event during this period was the Jackson Hole meeting by the Fed and Fed Chair Powell. So, since hindi siya narrative sensitive stock, regardless if Fed Chair Powell signals a pivot or not, a rate cut or not, RTX will most likely not care. So, ano siya, no? Parang market neutral, wala masyadong correlation with the market. So, at the same time, stock is at an all-time high. RTX is actually one of the strongest names in the stock market recently. Ayun, the stock is at an all-time high, di ba? Uptrend in all time frames, daily time frame, weekly time frame, and even in the 30-minute time frame nung tinitingnan natin 'to. Well, actually, it's transitioning to a short-term uptrend and major uptrend, no, at the 30-minute time frame during this period. Prices above the 10 MA, 50 and 100 MA nung nagko-coil siya. So, my entry points with RTX 'to. So, entry tactic was I entered in anticipation of this coil. So, dito ako nag-enter August 13, 2024 at around 116 point ano ba 'yun? 117.07. So ito yung transaction log ko. I entered around 315 shares in this portfolio at 117.07. Then my sell was at 122.51. So later, pakita ko yan. But let's start with the exit tactics din muna. So my entry was at this area, di ba? Diyan. Tapos my stops was slightly below this swing low of this inside bar or this coil, no, basically. So at around 115, 114.8. May targets was based on this measured target. So from this candle low to this candle high, basically this swing size, no, So, the idea is 1:1 yung igagalaw niya. 100% of this swing after a breakout. So my main targets was at this level, 122.5, 122.4. So it's a clear 3.5:1 trade for around 3.5 to 4:1 risk reward trade. So ayun, ang ginawa natin dito, basically dalawang strategy. In my priority portfolio, ang ginawa ko ay aim to sell in tranches on the way up. So my plan was sell partials at 120, 118, then another selling area was at the 1618 level, no? Dito sa 121. 120, 121. And my final sell area is at 122.5, mga ganun. So in this portfolio, ang naging transaction logs ko is isang entry, isang exit lang, no? Yung ibang portfolio ko, hindi ko na muna nilagay dito. So my cash at risk in this trade is $500. So if ever ma-stop out man ako, $500 lang yung mawawala. Roughly around 0.33% of my portfolio. So it was a low VAR trade since I'm protecting profits na, no? Or may profit buffer. So, total trading days held is 9 days. 9 trading days. Calendar days, mga 13 days, mga ganun. 13, 14 days. So, it was a clear trade, no? It was a clean and classic power earnings gap play and the pullback and coil na setup, no? So, very clean, very classic. So, I sold all at 122.5. Pwedeng umangat pa yan, I don't care. Na-secure ko na yung profits ko. I'm on to my next trade action. So, ang ginagawa ko, niro-rotate ko yung pera ko in a sector. So, may leader, may laggard. So, nag-rotate lang siya. So, parang ganito yung ginagawa ni Axon right now. Yung, parang yung ginawa ni RTX. So, after a run-up, after a power earnings gap, it's now creating this pullback channel or kung ano man gusto nating itawag dyan. So basically, my early entry was the breakout of this anchored VWAP, no? So naglagay ako ng anchored VWAP on earnings, nag-undercut and reclaim. So initial tranche muna ako dito. And my next tranche is a breakout of the 30-minute 100 MA. So if mag-breakout sa 370 today, then I'm gonna buy some and rotate capital again. So basically, ang trade management tools ko in this trade, so okay naman siya. It was a clean trade, 'di ba? It's a 3-1, 4-1 risk reward trade. In some portfolios, medyo mas mababa yung R units na na-realize ko. Since nag-tranche out ako on the way up. So my trade score for this trade is entry. So 0 yung lowest, 5 yung highest. 5/5 in entry, flawless anticipation entry. Exits, okay naman, 4/5. Medyo pwedeng mas ma-improve ko pa siya, no? Basically, parang ang nangyari is hindi ako nakapagtira ng onting shares. Hindi ko kasi naalis yung yung limit order ko, yung limit take profit order ko in this portfolio. But initially, I was planning to leave some, mga 20% of my position. So around 30 to 40 shares, dapat nag-iwan ako ng mga ganun. So, yun lang yung comment ko in my exits. For risk management, proper position sizing naman yung ginawa ko. For fundamental catalyst and risk consideration, okay naman siya, 5/5. In hindsight, okay, good take siya based on sector strength. Pero it was a good consideration and day in, day out, I'm always checking on risk events na pwede maka-apekto in this trade. And finally, trade management. I think in all portfolios, I properly manage the trade. So all in all, in this portfolio, yung pinakita natin, around 95 or 96K pesos yung ginain natin. So that's the setup, that's the main trade idea, and I hope na may natutunan kayo in this trade walkthrough video. So if you have any question, just PM me. You can DM me in my official page if you're not an internal team member in the PTP community. So yun, see you again on the next trade walkthrough video. So maybe if palain, gawa ko ng another video na ganito, no, on my other possessions. So ayun, see you again on the next video. Ingat kayo, God bless and goodbye. Ciao.